The Chicago Bears continued to dominate the conversation around the NFL, not just because of their impressive preseason performances, but also due to the constant buzz surrounding their roster construction. After dismantling the Buffalo Bills 38-0 last weekend, attention quickly shifted from Caleb Williams' strong preseason debut to the Bears' running back situation, which appears to be the one position group still raising questions for head coach Ben Johnson. According to reports, the Bears recently held workouts for Royce Freeman, Kylan James, and Dillon Johnson, while trade rumors continue to swirl linking Chicago to Washington Commanders running back Brian Robinson Jr. The timing of these workouts speaks volumes. With Week 1 against the Minnesota Vikings fast approaching, Ben Johnson clearly wants to solidify his backfield rotation and ensure depth behind DeAndre Swift, Roschon Johnson, Montegai, and Ian Wheeler. The reality is that while all four have shown flashes, Johnson has a specific vision for his offense, one that leans on balance, versatility, and fresh legs to wear down defenses over the course of 4 quarters. Looking back at his time with the Detroit Lions, Johnson's system thrived when he was able to split carries between Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery, keeping both backs productive and effective. He doesn't want to rely on one workhorse running back taking 300 carries like the old Walter Payton or Matt Forte days. In fact, the Bears haven't had a running back eclipse 300 carries since Forte in 2008, and that isn't likely to change under Johnson. Instead, the Bears want a rotation where Swift provides explosiveness, Roschon Johnson handles the short yardage grind, Montegai can be a change of pace option, and Wheeler adds youthful energy. Still, injuries and inconsistency have created just enough concern for the front office to explore outside options, and that's where the Brian Robinson rumors come into play. Robinson has been a solid contributor for Washington, posting 17 total touchdowns across the past 2 seasons. He's tough, physical, and has the kind of downhill style that could complement Swift's explosiveness perfectly. The idea of pairing Robinson with Swift, Roschon, and the emerging Montegai could give the Bears one of the most versatile backfields in the NFC. Of course, the price for Robinson is the major question. Washington seems ready to move on, but it's not clear if Ryan Poles is willing to part with the kind of draft capital that might be required. The Bears have built a strong roster by being aggressive in trades. Look no further than the acquisitions of DJ Moore, Montez Sweat, and even the draft day moves that landed Caleb Williams and Luther Burden. Adding Robinson would follow that same philosophy, but Poles must weigh short-term gains against long-term flexibility. If Robinson proves too expensive, Royce Freeman may be the next best option. While his NFL career has been up and down since his rookie breakout in Denver, he still brings veteran experience and the ability to handle a steady workload if called upon. At this point in camp, Freeman wouldn't be expected to take over the starting role, but as insurance behind Swift and Roschon, he could provide exactly what Johnson wants: reliable depth. It's also worth noting that Ian Wheeler's comeback story has energized fans and the locker room alike. Coming off the devastating ACL injury last year, Wheeler scored 2 touchdowns in the win over Buffalo, reminding everyone why he was such a preseason fan favorite in 2024. His development and resilience add an emotional boost to this Bears running back room, and if he can stay healthy, he might be the hidden gem Johnson already has in-house. Ultimately, the Bears are in an enviable position. They don't have to panic. This is not a desperate scramble for answers, but rather the fine-tuning of a roster that already looks playoff ready. The defense is anchored by Montez Sweat and Jalen Johnson. The offense is being reshaped by Ben Johnson's creativity, and Caleb Williams looks more comfortable every day in year 2. Addressing the running back rotation is simply the last piece of the puzzle, ensuring that when the lights come on September 8th against the Vikings, the Bears will have no glaring weaknesses. This is what separates good teams from great ones: attention to detail. Ryan Poles and Ben Johnson are leaving no stone unturned, whether that means pulling off a blockbuster trade for Brian Robinson Jr. or simply adding a steady veteran like Royce Freeman. The bottom line is that Chicago is acting like a serious contender, not just happy to be competitive, but hungry to take the next step and bring meaningful football back to Soldier Field deep into January. So, Bears fans, I want to hear from you. Do you think Ryan Poles should make a trade for Brian Robinson Jr., or should the team trust the combination of Swift, Roschon, Montegai, and Wheeler to get the job done? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button if you believe the Bears are building something special, And don't forget to subscribe to Bear Down Report for daily updates, news, and passionate analysis. The journey to Week 1 is just getting started, and this team looks ready to make serious noise.